you still feel your basics are weak, I would again suggest read NCERT. Simple, foundation not strong, building is never going to be strong. It applies to any subject what you take. In any subject where foundations are not strong, it's very difficult to build buildings on it. You can't help it. That's why I am a person who never says that everybody will become officers. That will be a blatant lie. Everybody can become. Everybody will not become. That is the harsh truth. I only have not become. So the point is that can be demotivating to hear, but that is a blatant truth which might be untold. Everybody will not become. But yeah, can we become? It depends upon your efforts, your abilities. Why I am telling not only efforts, I am also telling about abilities, capabilities. You will have to work on your capabilities. You are not going to win a war without working on your capabilities. Just Josh will not help. Santals had too much of Josh, got smashed by the East Indian Company. Why? Because they lacked technological capabilities. So always history has shown the battle or war is always won by those who are technologically advanced or more who have built on their capabilities. And that is what even J.S. Mill he told. The worth of a state is determined the worth of the individuals who compose it. That can be applied to anything. So one of the reasons why India has not technologically advanced, etc., we have not given worth to our scientists. We have not worked towards preserving our scientists. Britain drained India's wealth. America drained India's brain. Brain drain. So obviously all the smart Indians have settled abroad. The filtered ones are remaining here. And we are going to build a great India with these filtered ones. It will be always difficult. Simple. Why China became very powerful? One of the major policy change they brought, they retained their scientists. And that is why China today is reaping the benefits of it. Technological. That's what somebody said satirically, which is true, that China is doing deep seek. Indian children are doing dance on Instagram videos. That is how we are shaping our future. And that is what we say, this exam is also nothing but a battle. It's about who is going to win this battle, plain and simple, one who works on his capabilities. See, rest 90% you don't worry, that's what competition is within you, it is nobody else. You can't just look at the size of the class and decide, competition is so much. There is a saying, bat hididoralla cricketer agala, pen hididoralla rank baralla. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲೂ ಪೆನ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು. Got the point? It's all about the skill. So that's why unless you work on the skill, there can't be any kind of thing. See, it might be I'm just cheating you by telling something ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದೆರಡು ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. That is foolish. See, that's what when some people I think they came and complained about Chaman sir, or he's going too fast, etc. I don't think he's not going too fast. He's going the right way. You are at the wrong place. I can understand you, sir. That's not his problem. So he can't come and tell what is 1 + 2. That's your problem. You have to work. You can't expect him to come and each and person and tell what is 1 + 1. What if you don't know that? See, it might be very arrogant saying that. How you are going to attend a UPSC CSAT paper if you can't do a simple mathematic thing? See, I do agree that okay, he'll start the classes with telling 1 ones are 1, 2 ones are 2, what is formula, etc., etc. Very good. But then the same students will come and complain what syllabus didn't complete. They took too many classes. Or if they do what is for the exam, the same students will come and tell, sir is going very fast. It's all above our thing. It's not all above. These are all basic skills that one should possess. Mathematics is a basic skill, right? Even if you don't do a PhD in mathematics, at least basic addition, basic subtraction, multiplication, division, averages, this is something which we use in everyday life. That's the problem. The thing is that if you don't work on your capabilities and you expect some person to come and create that magic for you, it is never going to happen. That's the harsh truth or the harsh reality that is there. Got it? Live kutide YouTube. ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಗಲೇ ಹಾಂ. So okay, anyway the date 10. So today it's not two previous year question, we have taken two probable questions, okay, even especially those who are going to write mains this time. So one probable question is, I'll just give the question and let's see what can be the answer. So this question is related to theories of state, okay. So the question is in West nations went on to become state. Nations went on to become state, but in post-colonial societies, states are trying to become nations. Okay, this is the one probable question that can be asked for 20 marks. Okay, so this is not a PYQ, this is a probable question. I am also telling which topic it is related to, theories of state. So how do we approach this particular question? If you can say, or if you can, even online students can just type in their messages that what they think can be the answer. If you have understood the question or what exactly, you can write here. Any idea how to approach it? Okay, if not getting an idea, we will try to break down and link it. So this is actually a statement made by Hamza Alvi, okay, who is a neo-Marxist or a post-colonial neo-Marxist. So he had written an essay called as Nationalities in Pakistan. In this essay he made this statement. Now here we need to explain that statement as our answer, that what is he trying to convey. So one, in the West what happened, first modernization happened, the idea of nation was formed. Example, English speaking region went on to become England, French speaking region went on to become France. These were all homogeneous societies. So as the society evolved or the society developed, the idea of nation also became more feasible, and once they became a nation, then they established themselves as state. In that four elements: population, territory, government, sovereignty. So this was the evolution of states in the West. But according to Hamza Alvi, this idea cannot be used to analyze the development of states in the third world countries or the post-colonial countries. This will be more of a Eurocentric approach. Why? Because the societies in these countries are not similar to what it is in Europe. Now you have to bring how and why. So what Hamza Alvi says here, since these regions came under colonization or colonialism, because of the impact of colonialism in these societies, state was artificially created or imposed upon these societies by the colonial masters, and that is what in his theory he calls it as overdeveloped state, meaning in these countries the state is more modern compared to the society. Society is still traditional, or there is existence of traditionality and modernity within the society, and that is why he uses the word what, overdeveloped state. State is more developed compared to the society. So state has modern elements like judiciary, bureaucracy, etc. But if you look at the society, society still not completely rationalized, not completely secularized. Religion still plays a key role. Secondly, you can say that to form a nation, the core element is you need unity or a common identity. But all these societies are what? Heterogeneous societies. Like in Pakistan, you can give example, Balochistan movement is there. In India, you can give example, Khalistan movement is happening. Secondly, what F.W. Ricks he calls the feature of these societies, they call them as para communities. Means he says they are not a nation, they are a community of communities, because there are multiple communities coexisting, and the bigger problem is that none of them trust each other. For example, the Hindu-Muslim conflicts within South Asia, ethnic conflicts between South Asia, for example, Meaties versus Cookies. So what has happened here is that because of the British rule, state was established, but these states are yet to become, or they are trying to now to become a nation by addressing these problems of what, regionalism, ethnic conflicts, communal rights, and hence you can say some, they also consider India as not as a nation state, but as a state and a nation in the making. This is what you need to write as your answer for this question. So this is a probable question that can be asked in the exam. Probable means no, 100% will come, it's not that. Then tomorrow don't blame me, sir, I read and it didn't come. It's just a probable question. So the statement what they made is that in West, nations went on to become states, but in post-colonial societies, states are trying to become a nation. So you need to explain in your answer that what is happening and how it happened. So I use the theories of post-colonialism, I use theories of Hamza Alvi, overdeveloped state, I used F.W. Ricks who speaks about the idea of prismatic societies, and also use the term Eurocentrism or Eurocentric view. Means what these scholars are telling, you can't analyze the development of states in South Asia or in Africa or in post-colonialism the same way how do we analyze states in Europe or in America, because there the condition was different, here the conditions are different. There they went through social modernization along with political modernization, here only political modernization happened but social modernization yet to happen, and that is why this Alvi uses the point overdeveloped state. This he wrote in his essay called as what is that, nationalities and something in Pakistan. It's an essay written by Hamza Alvi, in that he made this point. Got it? How to approach this question. So again I told, this is, I think this is not found in any popular notes. This is not found in any popular notes. I don't know. The major notes I have seen, it is not there. But if asked in the exam, yet we have to have the skill to write it. The skill depends upon our understanding of the statement that has been given. So that's what I told. Essay is also like this one. If you see, essays will be always about a statement. We have to write that essay based on our understanding. Here the only difference is that we need to connect theories and write. Got it? This is one probable question for today. Second probable question. Probable means, again, this is not a previous year question. What can be asked in the exam? So here the question, we'll take it as critically examine the relation between power and equality. Okay, so this is a question that is saying they ask for 15 marks. Understood? Critically examine the relation between power and equality. So how do you write this question? How do you write it? because the moment you open book and see, there is no direct topic called as relation between power and equality. You have read what is power, you have read what is equality. But how do you write it? Let us think what is an ideal introduction you are going to write. Anyone of you give me an introduction. One might say that in my book I have introduction for power, in my book they have introduction for equality, but sir, I don't have introduction for power and equality. Nothing is required, use common sense. Right, power and equality are two central concepts to study of political science. Finish. Next, what will you write? What do you write? What is the relation between power and equality? Try to think, see, if you don't think, nothing is going to happen. If you, okay, I will give you the answer, you will write down the answer, then okay, that is more of by heart. So one, you can look at the Marxist perspective. How do they see that power is unequally distributed within the society? How? Because those who control the mode of production, they control the state. Means economic inequalities also lead to unequal distribution of political power. One angle that you can say. Or you can also look at how the elitist theory, they say that power never can be equally distributed within the society. Power and equality are incompatible. There can never be equal distribution of power. Why? Because they say it is natural, it is functional. What Mosca or Pareto they say, human history is nothing but graveyard of aristocracy. Right? They say that all individuals are not born as equal. All individuals cannot get political power. Robert Mitchell says that what? Masses are indolent, slavish, apathetic, whereas rulers or leaders, they are what? Courageous, good oratory skill, they will speak. So for them what? Power can never be equally distributed. That is their argument. Feminists, their argument, they look at relation of power and equality in terms of gender. They say since there is gender inequality, meaning the power between men and women is unequally distributed. So men make use of the state to dominate, control women. Okay. So this is one aspect you can write. But for the counterpoint, what you can write? But there are scholars like Gandhi who believes that power is spread like oceanic circle throughout the society. Power can be equally distributed. Power always lies with the masses. Example of Gram Swaraj. Hannah Arendt, who spoke, what is power? She told, power does not lie in any one individual. Power cannot be concentrated in any one individual. Power is what? Acting in concert. So hence you can say the relation between power and equality within the field of political science is a highly contested concept. But you can write your opinion towards the end. You can say only when power is qualified by the principle of equality, then you can say that leads to empowerment of the entire society. This is something you can write. See, if you see, you can say even power can be seen in different components. So when power is concentrated in social sphere and economic sphere, that will not have any meaning to political power. Example there you can give Indian Parliament, 88% of MPs are what? Crorepatис. So getting the point. Now see again, if you tell sir in this book it is not there, it is not there sir, it won't be there in any book. That is why they are asking it. Are you have read about Hannah Arendt, you have read about Gandhi, you have read about what is that, Marx. Use them, apply them. Got the point? Mains is more about thinking, not rote learning, not by hearting. That is left to an individual candidate. We can only say how the exam is there. It's their wish, how they want to prepare, how they want to go out. But this is how questions will come in the exam, and this is how we approach these questions. That's why I told this requires a lot of thinking. And yeah, for newcomers, thinking won't grow in a day or two, it will take time. But as you start thinking, your pace will pick up. Got it? So that is what we always say, growth always lies at the other end of the comfort. As long as you don't come out of your comfort zone, you are never going to grow or achieve anything great in life. Or if you see human history, every person who has achieved greatness in that regard has been all those people who have come out of their comfort zone, be it Virat Kohli, be it Cristiano Ronaldo, etc. They have come out of their comfort zone to become one of the greatest athletes in either sport. And that is what we say here also, for you to see that kind of excellence, you will have to do things which make you uncomfortable. Got it? This is not previous year question, I took up two probable questions that can be asked in this year's exam. So this is how I told, see, there is no one imprint of an answer, you can bring any point, but I am telling this is how I would have written my answer if it was asked in the exam. Got it? So tomorrow again we will take up two questions. Okay.